Okay, we're back and we have our background here. I would love to be in that place right now, but I'm so happy to be here with you and working on our virtual classroom. So we want to think about on a very basic level, because we're just starting, what things we need to have in our classroom. So these are the things that I'm asking you to include in your classroom as your assignment. And it's just for maybe 5 things. So you want to think about, as kids enter your classroom, you want them to be able to access your classroom protocols and procedures. That's one thing. You want them to be able to access instruction in some way. So whether it's watching a video, reading something, listening to something, they need a place that they can access instruction. They need a place to access assignments. And one of the greatest things about virtual classrooms is it's so easy to differentiate assignments. And you're going to learn all about that in the next couple of modules. So they need a place to find their assignments, and then they need a place to connect with you. So whether it's a place that they click and they can schedule a Zoom meeting with you, they can email you, they can somehow communicate with you that they need help or they're feeling some type of way, right? We need to make sure we connect with students, and it's harder to do that virtually. So we really want to make sure that we have a specific place and protocols for kids to reach out if they need help or they need a pat on the back or a word of encouragement, right? So we're going to do those things. And then also you, like whether it's your Bitmoji or a picture of you or a desk that has your name on it so they know that's where they can find you. It's important to have your presence in your classroom because it's your classroom. It belongs to you and your students. So we've got our background here. And looking at this background, I already have a few places that I can use to put things, because you put things in your classroom by just adding links. So I could use the van. Maybe I'll use the van for my classroom procedures and protocols. And I've got these surfboards here, and I could stick, maybe that's where kids would go to instruction. Maybe they surf into learning there. So I've already got a couple things. So I need to add, if I'm going to use the van for classroom policies and procedures, I'm going to use the surfboards for where they can access their instruction. I need a place for them to connect with me, and I need a place for them to find their assignment. So I need to add at least 2 things. I can add many more, and then of course I'm going to add myself. So I've got, we're going to insert an image here. We're going to search the web, and I already have it up here. And remember, the word of the day is transparent. It has to be transparent or it's going to look crazy. So I'm going to do a transparent beach towel. And that's going to be where kids can connect with me. Ooh, right up here, I like this one. So I'm just going to click on it and insert. And it's too big. And we don't want it on top of the van. So let's make it smaller here. I like that size, but I want it to be right here in the middle. And I need it to be on the sand. Oh, perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so I've got my beach towel. So this is kind of where I'm thinking we might have morning meetings. Students might connect with me. And now I need a place for them to submit assignments. So I'm going to insert one more thing. And I really hope that you will use this activity as a way to be creative. I feel like teachers are some of the most creative people that I know. And since things have gotten very high stakes, we've maybe stopped being creative. And being creative is great therapy. So have some fun with this and play around with it and make your classroom a place that you would want to go to every day. So we're going to find a transparent bucket. Ooh, and I don't really like, oh, there's one. Certainly don't want a paint bucket, but that's a sand pail, and that will work great. So, wow, it's really big. So we're just going to drag it. Drag these corners until it's the size I want. And it doesn't matter if it's almost as big as the van, right? This is a virtual world. We can do whatever we want. Now here's my bucket. So let's review. First of all, I love my classroom. Second of all, I want 4 things. I need a place to have classroom protocols and procedures. I'm going to use the van. I need a place for students to access instruction. I'm going to use the surfboards for that. I need a place for students to meet with me or connect with me, and I'm going to use the beach towel for that. And I need a place for students to find their assignments, and I'm going to use the beach bucket for that. So I could add so many more things in here. I could put things in the water. I could put things in the sky. The one thing that's missing is me, and we're going to do that in the next slide, next session. So stay tuned.